Beautiful souls, I am Valeria Maritza at Healing Through You. I am an infinite being of light, and so are you. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful day it is out today. And actually, it has been a beautiful day the last couple of days, at least here in the Northeast where I live. And the guys are really asking us to notice the things that bring us joy. I believe I spoke about this a little bit in my Facebook group. If you're not in my Facebook group yet, please join. I'll put the link in on the description below. But the most important thing is to find the little things that bring you joy and begin to do them, right? I posted in my Facebook group that I was drinking coffee from this beautiful Christmas mug that I bought myself. It's like a beautiful China thing, and not from China, like a China, like like porcelain, I guess. And I really loved it, and I bought it, and then I was so delightfully surprised because it fit a whole 12 ounces of liquid in there plus. And so I'm able to, because that's how much coffee I drink in the morning, for those of you who don't know. So this is how it holds the entire thing. And I love that. I love that. And plus it's beautiful. And I just always have loved to eat my food, drink my beverages from beautiful containers. This has just always been part of me, of the things that I like. And so I love going to thrift shops and garage sales and finding just unique single pieces that I will enjoy because they bring me joy. And the more that we do this, the more of these little things that we have as little rituals, as little things that we choose throughout our day, the more that we remain in that high frequency energy that continues to connect with other energies that will bring us more of that joyful feeling. So the more that you're able to fill your life with things that you really love, whether it's a thing, like for me, it's that thing, right? Let's say you have a beautiful car that you really love, and every time you get in it, you just feel like, oh my gosh, I love this car. It's just amazing, or whatever it is, right? Maybe it's your home, that you love your home. Maybe it's your bedroom. I don't know. And these are all physical things, right? But it could also be things that you do. For example, maybe you just really love walking outside when the beautiful sun is there and feeling that sun on your face. Or maybe you just love to move your body to a specific type of music that you love to dance to. Maybe it is that you just love to sit outside on the grass and feel the earth underneath you, or the blades of grass, the coolness on them. Animals love this all the time. They do this all the time because it is so nourishing, and plus it grounds you. So whatever it is that you're doing, find more and more things that you can engage in throughout your day so that you can continue to keep your energy frequency high. And the longer that you keep your frequency high, the more that you're able to manifest and bring to your three-dimensional reality those things that you really want and like. And here's something else that they're showing me, and that is when something happens that triggers you, right? So like, let's say there's a fight of some people, and whatever it is that they're fighting for, whatever questions they're having, really feels like it's personal, even though it has nothing to do with you. And then we become really engaged in that, right? We become connected with it because we are all one. So we can feel these things. We can feel the anger, the discomfort, the whatever it is that the fight is going on, and we make it our own. And that obviously lowers our frequency. So when we see things like that brings anger or sadness or jealousy or any of those things that are low frequency, what they're asking us to do is to observe it from an outside point of view. So pretty much you are outside, unless it's happening with you personally, like you're in the fight. But pretty much things are outside of you. And if you're able to look at it from the grandness of it is, so like imagine yourself, I'm going to give you an example here. There's this couple that I know, and they're always bickering, right? Always, always, always. Like he'll say something like really mean and offensive to her, and she'll say something just as mean and offensive to him, and it's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and they're both becoming really bitter and angry and bothered throughout. I don't even know why they're still together, but that's besides the point. So before, when I would be near or around this couple, I would feel really triggered and I would begin to take sides like, oh, well, yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. That they shouldn't be speaking to each other this way. This is what you should do. And I would make it really part of me. And I would get all worked up because I was lowering my frequency to meet their frequency. And then once I met their frequency, then all of their trauma and drama would become mine as well. And then that would create that feeling, whatever they were going through, within me. And then I would become involved. I would be in the middle, right? I would be feeling all the feelings and all the things that were triggering me. And that is definitely not a healthy way of going around the world. But now after I've done all of this either work, which I'm still doing because this is an ongoing journey, it is not a destination. It is the way that you get to the next level and to the next level, and you never get to the final level. But anyway, now that I have done all of this work, I had an opportunity to be around this couple again. We hadn't been around for quite a long time for obvious reasons, but they were here or around me, and this thing started, right? And I was like, okay. And I just held space. I kind of like removed myself from it. I just kind of like watched it like, okay, that is, right? Whatever it is he's saying is, whatever her response is, that is. I'm not involved in this. I'm just looking at it from the outside. And then something came upon me, which was a thought, an idea, something to say that had nothing to do with the bickering, nothing to do with the issue that they were addressing. And I spoke that. Obviously, I really feel this was guided through my higher self or higher beings, receiving the messages. And so I spoke it, and it was very light. And I watched their faces turn from this darkness, anger, bother state to a smile, and and the eyes twinkling. I'm like, oh, right. It's kind of like a child who just fell and hurt their knee, and they're like, well, crying, and the mommy comes along and picks and says, oh, are you okay? Here, you're fine, let me just kiss it and you're okay. And then the kid is like, oh, okay, I'm all right, because they got what they wanted, which is the validation, the acknowledgement, the love, and then they go off, right? It's the cry a lot of times is more to receive those things. It's not so much about the actual hurt of the body, especially in the kids when they're having fun. So, and then just turn. They go from the crying and the angst to the happy and, oh, I want to go play again, right? And this is exactly what I noticed on this couple. And this happened because I was able to hold my frequency high. I was able to maintain my frequency at a level of like, okay, that is. So without judgment, right? Not the judgment of like, that's not good, shouldn't say that, that's really me. None of that. It was like, okay, that is. This is difficult. This is difficult to get to this point. But, you can do it. If you're here, you're obviously, maybe even probably already doing it. But so you're able to see it from this outside point of view of, okay, that is. And, oh, what about this other thing, which is high frequency? And I can speak about it, and it's amazing, and I can lift that energy. And you can do it. And this is how easy, quote unquote, how easy you can change other people's moods and begin to bring them to meet your energy frequency instead of you lowering yours towards them, where the whole thing becomes a huge ball of fire where you are also involved. If you are here, if you're listening to this, know that you are very powerful in your energy because you are aware of it. If you're here, if you're listening to this or anything else that sounds like this type of podcast, then that means that you are already aware. You already know how energies work. You may not know them 100%. It doesn't matter. You're aware, you're awake, you're able to discern what's true, what isn't, what you like, what you don't, who you are, what other people are, and the differences between what you want and you don't want. And that on its own raises the frequency of everyone around you. And so the trick for us humans, but the part that the guys are asking us to do is to maintain your high frequency as much as you can and continue to speak out, whether it's verbal or physical, the love, the light that you carry within. Because just by doing that, you are able to help raise the frequency of others, as deep in their own garbage as they may be, in that moment. And that really, really helps. You may not know how much it helps, or you may not see that it's actually working. But if you can see those little seconds of that little smile, of that little lift in their soul, and some of you can actually read the energy, right? We're all energy, and some of you can really read it, like as in seeing their energy, seeing it become brighter or dimmer, seeing, some of you may see colors in around people, right? The auras. You may be able to see that and know that what you're doing is actually helping. So removing yourself from the situation, really removing that ego part that really loves to judge others and get involved, because the ego loves drama, right? This is why the news sell. This is why, what was that show? Maury Povich or something, right? That it's all about people fighting on TV. Like, why do like people actually watch this? Yes, they do, because the ego feeds on that garbage, right? And the more that people watch, the more they get upset themselves, and the more that they send that energy and remain, this is the key, they remain in the frequency that also brings that type of trauma and drama to their own life. So remove yourself from that, keep your energy high, and allow yourself to remove yourself from the moment, from the space, from what's happening in front of you. See it from an outside point of view. I know I'm repeating myself, but they keep telling me that this is the way that it needs to be conveyed. And then allow yourself to speak and to lead through love, through joy, through laughter, so that you can help continue raising the frequency of the planet, which is one of the reasons why you're here and why you decided to come and incarnate at this time on Earth. All right, so that is today's message. Keep on keeping on, and keep on removing yourself from the situations. Keep on yourself to stop judging others. We do this all the time, guys. If you catch yourself judging, okay, then you can be like, okay, I was judging, my bad. And then let it go, right? Because it's going to happen. Why? Because you're human, right? It happens to me all the time. And I'm like, oh, blah, 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 blah. Ooh, was that judging? Oops, okay, sorry. Let it be. All it just is, and I allow myself to keep going. You are going to find that your life becomes so much easier, so much at ease, so much flowing into the things that you love, when you're able to remove that part of yourself, the judging part, and the part that wants the drama and that wants to feed on to other people's dramas. You're going to feel that your life becomes so much lighter. So begin to find those little things, again, just bringing it all back, that bring you joy. Right now, I am looking at this gorgeous flower that this little girl gave me on Saturday. Her family was watching my dog while my son was doing his first communion. And when I went to pick up my dog, she gave me this flower from her garden. So beautiful. It's still here. I'm looking at it. It's so vibrant, so gorgeous. And I'm looking at it. And those few seconds in which I lose myself in the beauty and the awe of Mother Nature on this gorgeous flower in my vase here in my house, I am raising my frequency. I am holding my frequency high. Oh, and by the way, guys, flowers are one of the things, Mother Nature things, that hold the highest frequency in nature. This is why if you have flowers at home, you are raising the frequency of your home just by having those beautiful flowers, those beautiful blooms around. And I have always been attracted to flowers. And when I buy flowers, I divide them into various vases. I don't buy that much, but I will cut them small and short and put these little vases here and there and spread them around my home. I also have live plants in almost every single room in my house, because they actually are bringing the frequency of the room, of your home, higher. And as I'm saying this, it says 1111. How does it get any better than this, right? The angel speaking to me, the angel saying, yes, we're here. Yes, we're supporting you. Yes, we are with you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, angels. Oh my goodness. And on that note, I'm sorry, now I'm going to give you a different message. It's the message of asking for help, because they just told me this. So this is so important, guys. I've spoken about this before, but every single person, every single human has their own guardian angel who has been with us since the beginning of your realization, since you began to exist, whenever that was. If you're an infinite being, I have no idea how that works, but that's what the guys say. So you have your own guardian angel who's been with you throughout all of your lives, and it doesn't have to be just lives here on earth, but all of your lives of your existence. So whenever you live, some 50,000 years ago in a different planet, your guardian angel was there with you. And so your guardian angel knows every single thing about you, meaning your soul, and every single experience that you have ever had, as in having access to your Akashic records, right? The Akashic records, for those of you who don't know, is a huge infinite library of books that has every single experience, thought, and thing that you've ever done entirely throughout all of your lives. And it's not just you, but every single being. So that's every tree, every animal, every person. I know I'm getting off subject, but if you want more information of that, send me a message and let me know, and I can definitely speak more about that. Or just send me a message telling me, can you talk more about the Akashic records? And I will do that. Okay, so what was I saying? Yes, so your guardian angel is always there, but we have free will. And so when we are going around about our business and we're trying to do things and manifest and be good and help people and blah, 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 whatever it is that you're wanting to do, it becomes much harder, or I should say, much easier when you ask for help. Ask for help from those who are not on this three-dimensional world. So that would be your guardian angel or your spirit guides or God or the divine or whomever it is that you work with and or believe in, right? So all of those different realms that exist around us that we are not able to see through our physical bodies, through our physical beings, all of those are, sorry, my computer was going to sleep and I had to make sure that it continued recording. Sorry. All of those are always there ready to help you, but they do not intervene. They do not help you unless you ask. So it's really important to ask. And you can ask anytime, all the time, every day, every second of your life if you want. No, you're not bothering them. I work a lot with the angels. Archangel Michael is one of my favorites. Archangel Raphael, the healing angel. Archangel Gabriel, I always ask for help from Archangel Gabriel when I'm about to speak to someone, because for me, he is the angel that helps me with the speech, with the message, to be clear, right? To be understood, to be well received. So they're there and they're always available to us, and they do not intervene to help us if we don't ask for help. And I know Archangel Michael, for example, is very popular. He's all over the world all the time, and people are invoking him and asking for his help all the time, and he's able to do so everywhere at the same time, right? Because that's what he's able to do, being in this other realm, just like God, right? Can be everywhere at once in the same place, and everywhere in all different places with all different people at the same time. So it's the same thing. They are not being bothered. You might say, oh, what do I make for dinner today? Should I ask the angels? That's really not a big deal. I should not, question mark, or quote unquote should ask the angels for help on this, because that's not a big thing, and I might be taking them away from some really important work by me asking them this silly question of like, what am I going to do about dinner tonight? The angels want you to know, and I'm talking about the angels because they're here right now, specifically, that no, you are not bothering them, because they can and are able to be everywhere at once. And no wish, no ask is small, is too small. They don't want you to judge that what you are asking, what you are needing in the moment, is not significant enough to ask for help. If you feel like asking for help, ask. You're not bothering them. And the other thing is that most of our guides, especially your guardian angel or your spirit guide, are pretty much crossing their arms watching you live life, because we don't call upon them. So they're like the unemployed angel or the unemployed spirit guide, because we don't call upon them. So they're just watching us and watching us. And yes, sometimes they will intervene to like help us, let's say, not get hit by a car or something, right? And they might, jump in and do something about that. But like for all of the other things that we do in life, they don't intervene unless we ask for help. And it is so much easier and magical when we do ask for help. I'm going to give you two examples. So here's example number one. When I very first started my practice, right? Helping people remove physical pain from their bodies, which is what I thought I could do, meaning as like the only thing I could do. When I first started, I started offering free sessions so that I can practice and so that I could pretty much believe in myself that I could actually do it, that it was actually happening, that I was not making it up. Okay. More on that if you want, just let me know. But not on this one, not on this podcast. So the very first one I did, I have my client all willing, and I sit there and I got into my head. All of the fears came into flooding in. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what to do. Ooh, what did so and so do? What did this other person do? What did this other person do? My mind started going in 1,001 directions as to like, how do I do this? I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do it. And then I started thinking about all the other teachers that I have had in my life and how did they do it so that I could mimic what they were doing instead of trusting myself and doing my thing, right? And so what do you think happened? What do you think happened on that one, my very first practice? It was a botch. Yes, it was pretty bad. The person didn't really feel much relief. It was like, I think they were just being nice. It was like really bad. I felt bad. It was like horrible. I felt my confidence just went plummet down. Excuse me. It was really not good. And I felt really bad. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did this. I can't believe I messed this up. What can I do to help this? How do I do this? Right. And so then I had the next one. I had a second session. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to surrender. So I call in all of my guides, which at that point I was working pretty much with the angels and the beings of light. So I call in the beings of light. I see these pillars of light standing behind me in this beautiful violet color. I start calling upon them and giving them thanks, gratitude. Gratitude is huge. So being complete gratitude for their help here with me and asking them to help facilitate this healing. Whatever it was that was going to happen, I gave it to them. And what do you think happened on that session? That's right. The person went from a 10 in pain to a 2. Like, I was in complete awe because this really literally took about 5 minutes. Okay. Not even exaggerating. And it was like, oh my gosh, that's what it's all about. When we get ourselves out of the way and we ask for help, right? Things happen so much better, so much smoother, and so much faster. So ask for help. Here's the second example I told you I was going to do. Some of you know my dog had been having seizures, and so he's now on medicine, and he's been on medicine for about 3 weeks now. And a couple of days ago, he started having this eye thing. I don't know if you guys are familiar with seizure things, but like this thing where they look into the space, like, they look into space and they look confused and they get anxious and they don't know what's going on. Something obviously is going on in their brain or within them that it's like messing them up. And it's part of a seizure or part of something that's attached to the actual physical, lost control of your body and stuff. And so he started having this. And I recognized it because I hadn't recognized it before when he was having it. I just thought, he's looking, what's he doing? He's looking into the air. Maybe he's looking at spirits. This is what I'm thinking, right? But now I recognize, okay, this is part of this seizure thing that he's having. So I started petting him. I started giving him love. I started sending him lots of love and telling him that he's safe, that he's loved, all of this. Then I brought down some light language to heal him. And then when I thought about, I need to bring some light language here, or this would be helpful, what was I doing? I was asking for help. I was asking for help from the other realms, the ones where I channeled the light language to come and help. And then I did that. And then I also asked all of my angels to support the healing. So I call in my angels, I call my spirit guides, I call the animal kingdom, anyone and everyone who was there ready to help Teddy, my dog, with his seizure. I called them on, and that is the moment that this whole thing stopped. So yeah, you can say, well, coincidence. It took all this time, and by then it was over. Yeah, you could say that. You can think that if you're not a believer, but I know for a fact that things happen so much faster, so much better, so much smoother when you do ask for help. So don't forget to ask for help. Okay, keep your frequency high. Keep yourself out of the drama. Look at it from an spectator place. Take that judgment out of the way and ask for help. So these are the messages from today. I hope that these have really been helpful to you. If you like this podcast, please subscribe to it, like it, leave me a review, because that really helps other people find the podcast, and share with other people that you think and feel that would really benefit from this. Okay, on that note, please check the description underneath to get in touch with me and where my website is if you want or need more support with me. And also just want to share that this Friday, the 19th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I am going to be channeling the Council of Nine. It is a group thing. It's a very intimate group, and you can come join me through that. It's through Zoom, and ask your big questions, your life questions, whatever it is. So it's about an hour long, and I divide the time amongst the participants in it. There's only space available for 5 people, so it's about 12 minutes per person. If it's full, if there's less people, you get more time. So not many people know about this, so you have a pretty good chance of getting a lot of time. So if you're feeling the pull to come and ask your big questions from the Council of Nine this Friday at 6 p.m., you can do so through the link that I'm going to put in the description here. And if you have any questions, just send me a message through any of the social media places. Okay, I love you so much, and I will talk to you soon.